more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, an on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
This is Andronika Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
Have you heard the secret of what New Orleans is talking about? I promise everything will be okay if you're listening here on the airwaves. It's that WBOK 12:30 a.m.
From the campus of Xavier University. WBOK 1230 AM. Go. An Equity Media Station.
I'm Ray Harris, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Forecasters say Helene could be a Category 3 hurricane before it makes landfall Thursday in Florida. Helene is expected to intensify over the Gulf of Mexico and become a hurricane sometime today. It's then expected to approach the Big Bend area between Gainesville and Tallahassee, Florida, which is now under a hurricane warning. The first trailer is being released of Ryan Coogler's film, Sinners. The film stars Michael B. Jordan and is set in the South in the 1930s. Jordan plays a bootlegger whose community is dealing with some sort of supernatural evil. And that's the latest. I'm Ray Harris on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily express the views or opinions of Equity Media, its management, staff, or affiliates of WBOK 1230.
Good afternoon, New Orleans, and welcome to What's Growing, the show where we talk about growing wealth, growing business, growing the community, building a stronger, better Black business community in the New Orleans metropolitan area. I'm your host, Angel Vanderpool, and as always, I have to give thanks to New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. So if there's anyone out there that is not a member right now, you can join, you can renew, just show your support. Even if you want to just donate, we can use all the assistance that we can possibly get. So anyone, you can check us out on NOLA Black Chamber, NOLABLK Chamber, CHAMBER.org. Find out more of what we're doing. Follow us, register for our newsletter, attend our events, and just overall become a resource. We need to know who you are in the community so we can help connect businesses to one another. So on that note, I want to say, first of all, thank you. Last night was phenomenal. We had a really great conversation. Thank you to our council members that showed up, showed support as always. Council Lady Leslie Harris came in and she talked about the housing trust. Eugene Green motivated the group on real estate development. And as always, phenomenal OT Oliver Thomas, who just brought the house down with what is needed to rebuild New Orleans, especially New Orleans East. So thank you for always showing up and showing out. So on that note, and that was for our Real Estate Development Forum. We had a really great evening. I want to give a shout out to someone else. She's always been supportive of the chamber, and that is Miss Atiana Cordova, and she is an author of 4 children's books on real estate. It's called Water Block Kids, 2 relative to our architecture and urban planning, real estate. And I think that anyone who's interested, these are educational books that this young lady has written, and they're for young children. So a really great way to introduce real estate and development to kids in a cute way. So please show some support for holiday gifts and think about her when purchasing a book. The books are by Water Block Kids. You can go online and find it, or you can check out our website. Water, W-A-T-E-R, block, B-L-O-C-K, kids, KIDS.com, and make some purchases. So always want to show support for Black business. So we have other events coming up really quick. We do have October 26th. You're gonna hear this every week. October 26th is our Wealth Building Symposium. Once again, along with Chase Bank. So thank you, Chase Bank, for always being a resource. Also, I have to say thank you for last night, Resource Bank, Carol Johnson, for being a moderator, and for all of our panelists. But for this upcoming event, October 26th, it is a Wealth Building Symposium. So if there's anyone wanting to know more about the pillars of wealth, please plan on attending. It is a Saturday morning. We will have light breakfast, box lunch, so you can network with attorneys and learn more about estate planning. How do you are creating wills, CPAs to talk about tax structure. So just a really good resource to have different discussion in the community about building, retaining wealth. I think that's something we don't do enough of, and we've got to make those changes to ensure that we are properly structuring what we own. So October 26th and November 22nd, our 11th annual golf tournament. So we're looking for players. We're looking for sponsors. Anyone interested, show your support. It's also a tax write-off. So great way to have fun. Great way to have great food. I'm a card girl. Yeah, and money. I don't play golf. So I got to ride around and make sure all our guests are happy. But so players, please sign up. Another great golf tournament happening with phenomenal players. So thank you, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and all of the major sponsors that are supporting. So you'll hear more about that as well. But today in the studio, I have not one guest, but 2 phenomenal people that are here, business owners. And I don't even know who to start with first. I think I'm going to have to take ladies first.
Ladies first, always.
So we have, first of all, we have Lawless Turner, who's in. And Mr. Turner has been just a young gentleman, a young man out here. I know you're getting old. I'm going to keep young in front of it.
Yeah, you've known me for years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who has just, built his portfolio. So we're going to have conversation with him. But first, we're going to have conversation about health, especially mental health, with Ms. Ariane Washington, who is the owner and CEO of her company, Elite Therapy. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm outside.
That's right. You outside.
I am.
It's good.
Yeah, it is good.
To give yourself some therapy.
I know.
And get out. Right.
I hear it all the time from my clients. They're like, "Oh, this is going on," and you just mentioned a couple things going on, and I'm sitting here like, "Girl, I gotta get outside."
Yep.
Yeah, I live under a rock. I really do.
Cannot. COVID is over, baby.
I know. I don't really.
Okay, so tell us about Elite Therapy.
Yeah, so Elite Therapy is a group practice. We primarily focus on trauma therapy, and we're in Harvey, in the heart of Harvey, on Manhattan Boulevard, in the Fountain Park area, close to Target. And we have been there for going on 3 years. But before, I was in private practice for 2 years. So, we're growing.
There you go.
Yeah,
Congratulations
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That's enough.
It's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I'm excited about it, though. Yeah.
You're doing a wonderful job. I know you've participated in our training. So we, you know, whatever we could do to be a resource. But I want you to tell us why you're a resource to the community. So tell us about Elite Therapy more.
Yeah.
And why right now? Because we're going into holiday season. So
Yeah, statistically, and I know we have conversations with a lot of other, you know, mental health professionals, and not just mental health professionals, those who are in the helping profession. We kind of notice a trend of, like, during the winter seasons, you hear about SAD, which is seasonal depression. You know, the colder months, you tend to tense up a little bit, maybe get isolated a little bit more. You're triggered by a lot of family events and holidays and things of that nature, which is one of the reasons why we're actually open on holidays. I know people look at me like, what? But yeah, because imagine, I think it was like 2 Thanksgivings ago, I was having a session with someone, and while everything was going on in the kitchen and in the living room, we were working that thing out while she was in the bathroom trying to pick herself up. So these things that we talk about behind closed doors are real.
Right.
You know what I mean? And emotional stress manifests itself physically, you know? And so, yes, the season is coming up rapidly. And unfortunately, many people are not being as aggressive as I would like for people to be as it relates to their mental health. But, you know, I say be proactive. You know, find you a great therapist. Have a conversation with your insurance company and see if they can, you know, lead you into the right direction. If you have an employer, get with them and find out if they can give you a list of providers. It's free. It's literally free therapy.
So what are some of the things that, let's say a family member can recognize if someone is, you know, maybe going through, you know, different stages of you know, behavior changes or patterns, you know, what should they look for? And then what are some things that the individual who maybe, you know, is feeling some
Expressing,
stresses, you know, can actually do?
You know, I hear that question a lot, and I'll be honest. Again, I'm working in it with my people, so it's not something that you actually have to, like, make a thing about recognizing it. Oh, I noticed this. Like, we notice it. If we're around our people, we notice when things are off. It's easy to notice it. Are you brave enough to bring it to that person? Are you bold enough to pull them to the side and have a genuine conversation and say, look, I love you. And I don't know what's going on. And I don't have the answers. But I'll hold your hand and make some phone calls with you. I can go on Psychology Today and copy and paste some questions to about 3, 4, 5 therapists and see who responds. I'll be with you to do some follow-ups. I'll help you. We notice it. We just don't do anything about it. We notice it. Yeah.
So in the Black community, because I've heard this as well, you know, it's often, oh, you know, that's fine, just get over it. But
don't stress me. Yeah. No, yeah. It's that's one of the things that irk me, is the get over it thing, because we got to get through it. And without the support, without the psychoeducation, I have a question mark. I don't know how. And we're talking about trauma and anxiety, PTSD, depression, bipolar, whatever it is, it all stems from a question mark. I don't know. Like, what is this? What am I feeling? Our body does not like to be in the unknown. I don't like to not know.
So for anyone out there that's maybe going through, you know, or recognizing symptoms or signs in a family member, how can they reach out to you?
So elitetherapy.love. Yes, I say .love because we're all about love. Is the website. Our number is 504-354-1296. You can Google Elite Therapy. We're on Instagram. I feel who Prime said it. I ain't hard to find. I live under a rock. It ain't like I'm outside. So Elite Therapy we are here. I love what I do. I think I'll do it till the day I die. Like, I love what I do. But the other thing is, Google is a thing. Ask somebody. You know, Psychology Today is a really good directory. Also, I hope I don't get it wrong, NOLA Black Mental Health. They're on Instagram. They are amazing. And they, again, have created a community where we genuinely love mental health. We love it. And so we want people to have it.
Right. It's
Yeah.
important. We also include in our sessions, work-life balance, having discussion, in our major conferences, because as entrepreneurs, we're always stressed, right? It's a lot of pressure. You got to keep the doors open, money coming in.
Amen.
And it's not just often for self.
Yeah.
Many have employees. So, what does that look like? And for women particularly, they always have, family, business, co-workers. So it's a lot, that has to happen. So what are some things that they can do now, classes they could take, conversations that they can have, or any groups? I think you have a couple of support groups, don't you?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm really, really, really locked in with God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I say really locked in, we all day be having conversations. I'm like, you saw that? You know what I mean? So that's number one. I say, crack your Bible open and get the reading. Yeah, like you. It's no getting around that. I used to say I grew up in the church, but I'm not gonna be able to make it off my mom and daddy God. Like, I just can't. And I don't want to be out here embarrassing God like that. So I'm gonna do my part. So that's one. I say get locked in with God. And then the other thing, I have to slap myself on the hand, because I've been in business for years, hearing the same thing about networking and supporting groups. And for years, my comfort place is with my client. I'll stay in session because I'm good at it. I love it. But it's when I began to network is when I became empowered. I got so much support. I mean, I can't even, I don't even know I don't have the words for it, but, leaning on people for support, asking people for support is a very brave thing for me to do, and receiving it. I've done so well with support. Ask. Be brave enough, be bold enough to ask for help. I don't know what I'm doing. And also, in entrepreneurship, I am not immune to it. So I feel it too, which is why I've always been in therapy. I don't miss a week. My therapist is priority. But right now we are looking for a therapist to come on board and join the team and learn what it is to provide this level of therapy. It's called elite therapy for a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, it's intense. So, yeah, the community is important.
All right. So, once again, anyone going into the holiday season feeling a bit of tension, some anxiety, stress, or if you recognize, signs of depression.
Yes.
Don't want to move, get out of the bed, or just
isolating. All that.
Isolation. Okay. So if you see anyone like that, in addition to so many, because there are just a number of mental,
so many
psychological
symptoms,
ailments and issues that can be misdiagnosed or
passive aggressive attitudes, all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, anyone out there needing therapy, we have a therapist. And what's your age range, or do you have one?
We don't have an age range. I primarily the majority of the people that I see are between 25 and 45, but I have as young as 7 and as old as mid 60s. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Ariane Washington, Elite Therapy.
Thank
Now
you.
we got to give time to
Yes.
Mr. Lawless Turner.
How you doing?
I'm finding you, sir. All right, so tell us what is going on with not just Lawless, but he is also in real estate. So really quickly, I need you to say, what did they miss last night to the listening audience? Because I need them at our events. We want the public there.
Well, you missed some great lenders. You missed an opportunity to meet and learn about how valuable our community is, especially New Orleans East. I think that was a great takeaway from Oliver Thomas last night. We don't really, see value in our communities. And we really got to, start first, really, I think, with seeing value in ourselves. And, and I just want to thank Ariane for, leading the talk about mental health, because I think that's so important. I believe in mindset over asset. Because if you don't have the mindset, you will definitely lose the asset. I don't care how much money you get. So a lot of our community members, we inherit property, and we don't know how to manage it. We don't see value in it. And so, yeah, you missed you missed an amazing event. There was a lot of commercial. There was a lot of investors there that are really doing some great work. And
Contractors, developers, yes.
And one takeaway I took is to not play small.
No, life is too short.
No.
So on not playing small, you're now in commercial real estate because you started off in residential.
I did. I started off 6 years ago as a residential agent, but I always like to say I was raised in the trades.
And we have two businesses we have to speak on.
For sure.
All right. So really quickly, tell us more about the event you have coming up and how someone can contact you.
Yeah, so next Wednesday, October 2nd, from 3 to 5 p.m. at Propeller, right there on Washington and Broad. Used to be old Hubcap King, if you remember. I mean, Hubcap World, if you remember that. But it's an incubator space for entrepreneurs. So we have a commercial real estate kind of basics for small businesses. So if you're looking for office space, retail space, industrial space, and you want to know how to prepare for a lease, come to our event. It's not only myself, but it's also Miss Andrea Huseman, CCIM. We're at Corporate Realty, and Andrea has been an agent for about 40 years. So between the both of us, we're here for the community, and we can get you in office, in retail. It's very or industrial, and it's very intimidating, I know, to actually to take that leap, maybe from your home business, or maybe you have an established business and you just want to expand. And you need someone that can fight for you, that can advocate for you. Andrea and I can do that, and we can make it happen for you.
You made one point that I also being a real estate broker, we come across often. Yeah. We have entrepreneurs that sign these leases and not fully understanding what the lease is. So they think they're signing a net lease and wind up it's triple net, in over their heads because they were believing that the agent on the other side or the owner was advocating for them. So this is a training class. Tell us more. What day and what time?
It's October 2nd that's a Wednesday, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. We're going to have snacks. We're going to have drinks. It's at Propeller in their conference room there. So, you can meet the Propeller staff. They have a great incubator program. But we're going to just train you. We're going to, talk about zoning. We're going to talk about lease terms. We're going to talk about the importance of working with a commercial real estate agent to advocate for you. Because oftentimes the landlord is looking out for themselves. Right. And they're going to, focus on what they need.
What their benefit. Yep. What's going to benefit them.
You got to know about tenant improvements. Oftentimes landlords, can improve the space because you're really just adding value. They're going to add value to their property, So, we can fight for that. We can get you a little bit more dollars, maybe give you some couple months off so you don't have to pay rent, so you can get your permits together. So these are some of the things we're going to talk about next Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m. at Propeller at the corner of Washington and Broad.
All right. So anyone out there that is interested, please attend. And I'll tell you even more so from another business angle. I always say you should have a realtor, right? And a realtor is not just when you're ready to buy and sell. There are a lot of life changes that people have to go through that they should still reach back out to a really credible realtor to have that relationship. And one is when they're going through issues with the property, with the home, to ensure that they're connected to the right attorney or someone to advise them if they should sell, if they should, what happens with the property, what about taxes? So often a very credible and knowledgeable realtor, not just the one who's showing you your home saying, hey, here's the bathroom now, here's the, bedroom one. No. We get that. But the relationships with a really good realtor really can help strengthen the decision making, especially then when it grows into investment and obviously when you're moving into commercial space. So you also have another business. So wait. Tell us how can they follow you and find you?
Sure. Well, first I want to just add to your point. I heard you say the word relationship. That's key. Business is about relationships. Yep. People make the world go around. People make money. So get to know people, right? A big part of my business is I know people and people know me. And I'm on that journey with you. I've worked with clients. It took, a year and a half, 2 years, but through that time, I get to know, their spouses, their children, their sisters, their brothers. I get to know all about you. So it's not about me making a dollar. it's really about me stewarding you into your dreams. You can find me at 504-756-2749. That's my cell phone.
You said that a little too fast.
Okay.
This is radio.
Okay. All right.
And live.
And live. All right. 504-756-2749. You can find me on Instagram at lawless_Turner_realtor. I'm on Facebook as Lawless Property Collective. You can go to www.corporate-realty.com or just Google Corporate Realty.
There you go.
It's an amazing brokerage. We have an amazing staff. We got 20 brokers. I think we're the elite in the city. Yeah.
Trying to take claim titles.
All right now.
I really love working with Corporate Realty. I learn a lot from them. They are involved in a lot of property that you probably wouldn't even know. But I think there you just got a lot of good people, and people lead with their hearts, and I like that.
Exactly. And that's what it's about, understanding, and being with the right person, with the right relationships, are tied to individuals and companies with the right relationships. So, we definitely want you two great, phenomenal, resources just within you. Obviously, connections to both Propeller for a smaller business just starting out, time to move the business out of the home. In that support of like-minded individuals, Propeller is a really, really great resource. And Mr. Turner himself, because his background and knowledge in business, commercial business particularly, dates back much longer than many would know.
Yeah, LED, Louisiana Economic Development. Yeah, like when I was 26 years old. I'm in my 40s now, so I really, I know. But yeah, I love helping our community grow. So, but I want to take a quick shout out. I want to do a quick shout out for June Magnolia, the champagne and kombucha. So,
all right. So just on that, the kombucha. Yeah. So tell us about it really quickly.
So I also have a brand called June Magnolia, the champagne and kombucha. So it's basically a fermented green tea made with honey. You can find it at Hay Coffee Co., 2606 St. Louis Street, or on Dauphine, Durbandy Street, not far from South Claiborne and Napoleon. But it's on tap, $6 a cup. The goal is resilience. I went through my own story of anxiety and depression, and I started meditating. I started going to a therapist, and I started drinking kombucha because why drink alcohol to escape, and water. Got to drink your water and get you some rest.
Shout out today to Level.
Yeah, shout out to Level Water. He's a friend of mine. I really appreciate
it. Just black-owned businesses. Yeah. We have kombucha. Yeah. We have Level Water.
Yeah.
We have mental therapy. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a really great community. We just have to all know. So kombucha, is it bottled in any stores, or are those the only places? How can they order if they'd like?
It's bottled in champagne bottles because my moniker is the champagne of kombucha. Because I'm trying to be a little humorous. People reach for it, but it's only a limited supply. I get the champagne bottle. Shout out to Glass Half Full, who's doing great work to rebuild the coastline to protect us from hurricanes, because they break down glass and make it into sand. Okay. But they also help you reuse. How do we reuse glass?
And that's a local.
They're a local company out New Orleans East. You take that, I think it's like that Almanasta exit, and it's right there. So I go there every Saturday. You can they recycle cans, plastic, 1 and 2 plastic, glass. So I pick up my champagne bottles from there. I sanitize them real good, and then you can get if you want to buy 2 champagne bottles and a hat for $100 plus shipping and handling. I'll ship it anywhere in the United States. For now, and then the cans, the 12-ounce cans, are going to drop soon. Most likely around January. I'm trying to get it out before the holiday, but I don't want to rush the process. I don't want to rush the process. I got 12-ounce cans coming out too.
And so I have tried this kombucha, and it is very light. It does not have a very strong aftertaste, which I think turns off most people if you're not into kombucha. But this is a really great product. It's local. That's what we love, black-owned, once again. And anyone out there, please tag Lawless on this product and help it go viral, because that's what businesses need. We need support, we need connectivity, and we need people to know we're another resource. So thank you both for coming in. I have Jared looking at me like, all right, it's time to wrap up your half hour. It's coming up. So once again, Lawless Turner, October 2nd. Make sure you're at Propeller. Learn more, but also have him in the database. Don't find a realtor when you need him. Find them before. Go through and plan out, what does your business look like? We actually have a class on planning. So make sure you enroll. This is not just writing a business plan. This is understanding all the plans. So reach out to, if anyone is going through some issues, just need someone to talk to. Obviously, Elite Therapy is the one to call, Miss Ariane Washington. And for those wanting to know more about the Chamber, getting involved, being connected, networking, we have First Friday. Tonight we have Wealth Building Wednesday. So make sure you are following the Chamber to get the link. We talk about all things wealth, and it is also a community of conversation where business owners come on to not just hear a topic, but to also give input and insight to those that are listening about the keys to wealth building. So great way on a Zoom call to promote your business, let people know what you're doing. We talk about real estate, we talk about taxes, whoever's on the call, but we've got to begin to know who's who and how can we make a difference in our community. So thank you. We have a number of trainings. Make sure you reach out. 504-948-0991. New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. To all our board members, thank you all. To our board chair, Stephanie Chambliss, who was phenomenal last night. Great. She got up, she took the mic, and she just always keeps everyone, on task and on point. So thank you to everyone. All right. You have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you next week.